Hey everybody, welcome back to Trekyards. He's Commander
He's
Cocking.
got a phone.
And we got a new uniform. Woo! Again, another one. Because we needed more, don't you know? As soon as I saw this, I thought, oh, Samuel's going to be so pleased. There's another uniform. What are your thoughts? What did you think? Tell us about it. What's happening?
Am I pleased? Does my face look pleased?
Kind of. It's hard to tell.
So, in this episode, we got a de-age scene from Picard and Riker in the past. This is only 2 years after Nemesis. Keep that in mind, guys. We'll do a full comparison of the era-appropriate uniforms in a moment. And clearly, this is a combination Nemesis style with the Flashback Picard style. That's what they're doing here. How do you think it looks? Because I have many thoughts.
I mean, seeing it brightened up, because you couldn't really see it very well in the darkness of what is Picard. Seeing it brightened up, it looks quite interesting, but not very much like anything that I like. It seems like a superhero kind of costume, symbol or a letter there. Why are they doing this? I don't know. I don't. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm a uniform guy, as you can tell. This is my least favourite of all the new uniforms, I think. Right down the bottom, it feels like an absolute mess to me, and I want to ignore it exists. Is that a surprising stance, Joe? Because that's quite a strong stance from me. I'm not normally that way on uniforms.
No, it's not surprising actually at all. Oh. My thinking is you take out this middle gray bit and just extend those lines across. Perfect. I kind of like the addition of the grand stripe there. Maybe for an admiral.
It's so uncreative. And also it's incredibly badly fitted. We're going to look at the Nemesis one in a minute. I know they're jumpsuits, but it's properly uniform. This is not his size. The uniforms aren't meant to have that much flexibility. There's not much of that fabric. So it just looks like he's put on a thin jacket of cosplay. It looks like a cosplay costume. The fabric looks cheap. It's not what Nemesis fabric should be. They should just have put him in a bloody Nemesis costume because they were in them in Lower Decks. This takes place the same year as Lower Decks. He is still in the Nemesis uniform. Just shove him in a Nemesis uniform from the archives. Build a new one. It would look a million times better than this. This is a...
It feels like there's got to be new uniforms, like 15 of them every season of every new show. And they weren't hitting the mark with this show, so they had to do this.
This to me feels like they wrote this in after the fact. Not super late, but like midway through season. Said, oh, let's do a flashback. We want to film on Tuesday. It's Thursday. We need it for Tuesday. He's not available for a fitting. Well, exactly. And it needs to be this time. But the costume designer has not seen Lower Decks to know that's canon. They just aren't interested in cartoons. They see their own flashback. Thought, well, that's our earlier version, and they just shoved it in grey with some lines that aren't even correct. Yeah, but let's compare it to the whole batch of uniforms, Stuart. As in the timeline, we have the crisp 2379 Nemesis uniform. We have his Lower Decks uniform in 2381. Same year, he moves to this uniform for some reason. 2 years later, the standard uniform that we know is a Prodigy uniform, and then the 2385 is the Romulan Evacuation Fleet uniform. It's not the standard. That's the Prodigy thing. That's the way they're doing it. So this is another outlier within an outlier. Clearly, it links to the 2385, but that's a specific Romulan Evacuation Fleet uniform, and there isn't a Romulan Evacuation Fleet yet. So,
yeah, this is the ugliest out of all of those for sure.
Yep, it's just not cohesive. And like you say, this is just nonsense. If it was just that, it'd be okay, right? It'd be a solid okay. And I wouldn't mind even just the same flashback one in grey, which is what this is trying to be, but they messed up. Like, that's like, okay, I get it. I'm just going to ignore it exists, Stuart. But does that mean Lower Decks now has to show this uniform as Riker? Yes. If they use him again, he has to be in, or they say all takes place the first half of the year, and this is the second half of the year.
This is when he goes to Earth to visit uniform. It's on the ship.
Yeah.
So
no, that's the thing. This could just be because honestly, this could just be the casual uniform. This could be his Darmok, just way more intricate. But yeah, I like every other uniform on this list. It's tremendously more than this new one. And yeah, that's my thoughts, Mr. Uniform Man.
Yep, and I wasn't impressed with it when I first saw it. Of course, that's why they maybe lit everything so dark so you wouldn't see it. I don't know, but that's kind of where we're at with the uniform there. So, but we want to hear your thoughts as well. So there's a comment section down there. Please put your thoughts down there. And join us for live discussions, which we do a lot of. So make sure you're subscribed and notified so you don't miss those. Not only do we do these edited breakdown videos focusing on all the cool stuff, but we have lives where we can talk about it with you in like one-on-one, real-time, kind of. So join us for those.
And support us when we do, because we make the graphics for you to put into bold clarity. This is the timeline. What more do you have to say than a visual? So support us in our work, our efforts, and our continuing Trek lore love by Patreon, the monthly service, any amount, 5, 10, 20, 100 a month, whatever. Or join the channel on YouTube, same thing, but on YouTube. Or one-time donations at PayPal, trekyards@hotmail.com is the email. The YouTube channel, via Super Chatting on live, or Super Thanksing on any video. Like it could be 2029 right now, and you could be saying, let me Super Thanks right now. You could! Future. It's not this uniform, though.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a great rest of the day. And until next time, he is Commander
He's Adam Foley.
We'll see you later. Guys.